Peace, family, and welcome to the CampaignTv Show The Podcast. I am your host, Brother King Cam. Tonight, we're going to be discussing Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, and the state of Black relationships. I think this is a very important topic because if you see the landscape on social media and you see all of the people talking about the situation, but more importantly, the value of the Black woman or the lack thereof. So this is just going to be the first installment of the state of Black relationships because I actually want to do a three-part series. I want to do a three-part series. And in this three-part series, the first one, I'm going to kick it off. But the second one, I want to bring on some sisters to get the perspective of our Black women. I think that's very important because they've been extra vocal on this subject. So I think it'll be extremely important to get our sisters on so that they can give us some perspective from their minds. And then the third part, I want to bring in an all panel of the brothers to get their perspective on that as well. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be doing a call-in show tonight. So after I present some points from myself, I want to allow you all to be able to call a number that you see on the screen and give me some feedback, give me some perspective, and let me know how you feel about this topic. But what I want to do is I want to read the article that kind of lays out the situation that happened between Tory and Megan Thee Stallion. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And for those of you who are just coming in, make sure you like and share this out because, it's going to be a beautiful show. It's going to be a beautiful show. So let me share my screen because I think this is very important that we kind of lay a base, that we kind of just lay a base for what happened with Megan Thee Stallion. All right.
The alleged fight between Megan Thee
All right,
Stallion
so first of all, we want to
Tory
pause
Lanez
this
resulted in
because that's
Megan
not giving us what we
foot.
want. Okay, family. So again, this is going to lay the base, right? Because we always want to start with actual facts. So I'm never going to get on here and just start talking about something that we haven't thoroughly researched or gotten actual facts. So this is the article from Billboard Charts that lays out the situation that happened between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. And it says, an argument involving Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion last weekend resulted in the first rapper behind bars after police arrested him for finding a gun in his car and laid in the hospital after reports said that Lanez allegedly shot her. Earlier on Saturday night, Megan documented hanging poolside with Lanez and Kylie Jenner on her Instagram Live. Police later arrested Lanez for a felony count of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle last Sunday, July the 12th. So obviously we are in, it's a couple of weeks removed, but nevertheless, when officers found a weapon in his SUV after receiving a disturbance call outside of Hollywood Hills, residents around 4 a.m. So this is right here showing you the live stream of Kylie and Megan and Tory obviously hanging poolside. According to TMZ's initial report, an argument ensued. Someone fired shots in the air before taking off in the vehicle, where police later found the hot girl rapper and another woman. All right, TMZ reported Megan had a cut on her foot from the broken glass of the car, but she set the record straight last Wednesday when she detailed suffering multiple gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. The 25-year-old artist explained she was not arrested at the time, but was driven to the hospital to undergo surgery to remove the bullets from her foot. So as you can see, there was some type of altercation that took place where somebody pulled out a gun and Megan Thee Stallion ended up shot. All right, so what I want to talk about is now the perspective that surrounds this whole situation. Let me stop sharing my screen now. All right. So the perspective that surrounds this whole situation deals with a Black man and a black woman, obviously in some sort of relationship, and somewhere along the way or in the course of this evening, there was a misunderstanding which escalated to the point of somebody being shot. And we now know that somebody was Megan Thee Stallion. The perspective that's swirling around out in social media land now really is Tory Lanez, the aggressor, Megan Thee Stallion being the victim. Now, none of us was there, so I want to say that because none of us was there, until all of the facts come out, then it's hard to be able to give a actual factual basis or account of the events. But what I want to talk about is not the actual account of the events, but really the value or lack thereof of black women, because that is the overwhelming talking points that you see now, is where black women are now starting to feel, I'm not going to say now starting to feel, but are using this as a springboard to talk about the lack of value black men have for black women. The beautiful thing about the teachings, because we got to bring it back to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is because he teaches us the divine value of a woman. So if we are being taught the divine value of a woman, and you see in society that there is multiple cases that could be springboarded that talk about the devalue of the black woman, then these teachings are valuable just in the aspect of relationships. Because I want to go ahead and say this: there's no reason that there is any type of argument that should lead to a black man having to use a gun on a black woman that did not include her trying to take your life. Now, obviously, if she's trying to take your life, that's different. If you're protecting yourself from obviously physical harm and you're trying to save your life, that's something totally different. But other than that, any type of misunderstandings should not lead to you having to use a weapon and deadly force against anybody, or a black woman for that example, especially when our job is to protect black women. This is what we're supposed to do. So as you see the racial injustices that are escalating in the community, escalating in society, and the call for black men to not only protect the community, but specifically protect black women and children, then these type of incidents kind of highlight and can actually mute some of those points when you have in these type of situations. But let's go ahead and get into the mindset and kind of some of the factors here, right? Because we understand that most of the time when these arguments happen, there are a few things that are in place. And one of those things that are in place is dealing with alcohol, right? Because you have to understand, if you had a kickback or you at any type of party or you just chilling, there's going to be drugs and there's going to be alcohol. And in most of these situations, it's not a lot of situations where we just hanging out sober. That's just not how our people are built, right? That's just not how we built right now based on the type of mindset that we have. So there's going to be alcohol at play. So with there being alcohol at play, that now takes these type of situations to a whole nother level, because the alcohol takes you out of your right mind, out of your sober mind, and you become less logical and more emotional. So let's talk about how emotions can lead to irrational decision making. Because obviously shooting somebody in the foot was an irrational decision made by Tory Lanez. So what does the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say? Rise above emotions into the thinking of God. If you can rise above emotions into the thinking of God, then you'll make logical decisions and not emotional decisions. But when you got alcohol at play, when you have drug use, weed, I'm not saying that they got anything other than weed, but even when you have weed in play, your senses have been dulled. You're not able to make the most logical of decisions and choices. So things can go left really quick. And then when you throw emotion into that whole mix, then you make even more emotionally charged decisions. So now you're dealing with people that are under the influence of drugs, making emotionally irrational decisions. See? That create toxic environments that could lead to you losing your life. Because Megan Thee Stallion could have lost her life. It could have been worse than what it is. It could have been worse than her being shot in the foot. She could have actually lost her life. So what is the value or the lack thereof of the Black woman in the community? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says that the woman, see, is the key to nation building. See, you can't build a nation without the Black woman. You can't build it. So if the woman is key to nation building, then you're not able to build a nation, without the Black woman. So the way that works is you have to have respect and understand the divine value of the woman so that you understand her role in the nation building process. So check this out. Wa alaikum salam, family. Peace and blessings. I can see the comments, so I'm just tapping in. I guess you won't be twerking anytime, so I don't think Megan is talking. Absolutely. And if y'all can see the number, y'all see the number on the screen. I want to give y'all the opportunity to call in so we can have this discussion, because I believe it's extremely powerful. And I believe that is absolutely necessary, because in order for us to build a strong nation, family is the cornerstone of nation. So our relationships with one another have to be intact so that we can have strong family units. And if we have strong family units, then we can build a nation. See? The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this: when you teach a man, you teach an individual. But when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. Let that sink in. When you teach a man, you teach an individual. When you teach a woman, you teach a nation. Well, we've been taught that the woman is the first teacher. So if the woman is the first teacher, then we have to understand that what she knows, she's going to teach the children. And we know the children are the future. So the divine value of a woman is so important. So if you can see the screen or you can see the number, I want you to be able to call in, right? The number is 470-250-0716. Again, the number is 470-250-0716. I want to get your thoughts on this because, again, Black women now, and I don't know if it was because of Megan Thee Stallion or maybe because it's something they just been holding in for quite some time and now deciding to express it, but they are saying that they don't feel protected. Megan Thee Stallion just recently went on Instagram Live, talked about how she doesn't have neither one of her parents. So she's a 25-year-old rapper, artist, a woman in this world during this time without any guidance from neither one of her parents. That is a lot right now. And now she is actually suffering from some type of, I would say, domestic violence, in this relationship. That has to be tough. So again, the numbers on the screen. I would love to get some call-ins so we could discuss this situation. And again, I'm going to be doing a 3-part series. This is just the first springboard. This is just to get you off to the springboard, to get you off and going, because there's going to be a 3-part series to this. So please go ahead and tap in. I want to get some comments. I'll be able to answer in the comment section and discuss some of the things that y'all got going on. How important is the value of the Black woman? How important is the value of the Black woman? Now I want to play Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram video. because I think that's important too, to kind of hear her perspective and her side of things as well. So let's go ahead and get her video pulled up. Come on, tap in, family, tap in. Appreciate everybody for watching. If you just getting in, then we are live and we discussing Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and the state of Black relationships. So let's pull this up right here, so we can get the perspective from Megan Thee Stallion right here. Come on, Meg. You gotta talk, Meg.
I really just wanted to get on here and show my face and show that I'm happy and I'm smiling. Even though a lot of things have been, things that have been making me not smile, but I'm back. So I see a lot of people painting fake ass narratives and making up stories and all this other whack ass shit. But I also see a lot of people that have been being very supportive and sending prayers, and I just really appreciate that. I saw the hotties doing a lot of things, like writing letters on Tumblr and DMing me all the time. And I just want to say thank y'all so much, because y'all really been the ones that been helping me get through this. I was shot in both of my feet. I was shot in both of my feet, and I had to get surgery to get the shit taken out, get the bullets taken out. And it was super scary. Oh Lord, I didn't think I was gonna cry. But yeah, I had to get surgery. It was super scary. It was like just the worst experience of my life. And it's not funny. There's nothing to joke about. It was nothing for y'all to start going and making up fake stories about. I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't deserve to get shot. I didn't do shit. And thank God that the bullets didn't touch bones. They didn't break tendons. I know my mama, my daddy, my granny had to be looking out for me with that one, because where the bullets hit at, it missed everything. But the motherfuckers was in there.
And that, family, is Megan Thee Stallion herself discussing what happened to her. And as you can see, she is obviously emotional about the situation. And again, how valuable is the Black woman? How much value and protection do we place on her life? Because we as Black men are, as the Quran says, maintainers of the woman. We are protectors and providers of the Black woman. So if we aren't knowledgeable in her divine value, then how can we obviously protect and provide for them? Huh? So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. It says you have to check. Angela Renee Johnson says you have to check this history and cultural societal background of some of these people. Some come from cultures where women aren't valued or considered property. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And again, that's why I highlight the fact that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gives us a basis of knowledge and foundation so that we can now begin to see the Black woman in her true light, which is the second self of God, versus her being an object of sex or an object of something other than what she is. All right? Somebody else said, I'm a Black American born and raised in St. Louis. Stop with the stereotype that Black Americans don't travel or live abroad. Low thinking is no virtue. Thanks. I'm not actually understanding what that means. Well, it's evident Black women are valued, not even our train of thought, because it's a Black man here speaking down on me already. Well, Sister Johnson, Sister Angela, we would love for you to call in, because I'm not going to keep reading all your comments. Let's have a conversation and let's dialogue, because I don't believe there was anything that was said here that was degrading to the Black woman. I believe what we're trying to do is lift the consciousness of those who may not understand the value of a Black woman. Because obviously you missed the first part of the show where we discussed how valuable the Black woman is. So obviously you missed that part, because you cannot have a nation without the Black woman. You cannot continue to create life and bring life into this world without the Black woman. See, the Black man's heaven is a Black woman. You don't see in our history or our culture as Black men where we inherently degrade our women. Now, I'm not saying, and this is in our nature. Now, after you get from the nature and you get involved in some of these religions and cultural and these customs and these traditions, you understand me, that deal in the degradation of women, that's something totally different. I'm talking about in our nature. We look at our women as our partner. Not behind every great man, but beside every great man is a great woman. It didn't get until the last 6,000 years of this rule of European imperialism and white supremacy where our open enemy degrades his women. See? In his culture in the last 6,000 years is they devalue their women. So this is not synonymous with Black men. This is synonymous with white patriarch white men. But Black men don't do that inherently. Now, obviously, because of our 465 years soldiering here in America, our minds are not in the natural state. We've come up under the one who degrades his woman, devalues his woman. So obviously, if we are taught to do that, then obviously we are going to emulate the same behavior. And that doesn't absolve Black men from that behavior, because now and for the past 60 plus years, you've had the teaching to teach you to come out of that behavior to really value your woman. So at this point in 2020, we have no excuse, but we have to keep teaching. This is why shows are so important. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is so important, because he is able to give you that knowledge and then change the mindset of the Black man so that now he can become a good husband, become a good brother, see, become a good partner. But we had to be retaught all over again. Got to be retaught all over again. Just want to say, don't put the Canadian shenanigans on Black Americans. I'm not understanding exactly what that means, Justin. But Phil, let's see if we can go back live again. All right, family. We had some technical difficulties. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but the whole internet connection was taken out and it disconnected us from the Facebook Live, so it cut us off right then and there. So wanted to go back live to finish. So again, welcome back to the Campaign TV Show, the podcast. I'm your host, Brother King Cam. We were discussing Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and the situation that occurred with them and how it relates to the state of Black relationships. So we was getting some good feedback. You know, we had some people tapping in. I have a call-in number for those who would like to call in and discuss some of their thoughts. I kind of laid the base and the foundation for what we're discussing tonight, because the value of the Black woman is so important. And I believe through the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it helps us with that understanding. I believe once we have a proper understanding, then we can properly contextualize what's happening. Now, what I want to make clear is that we're not making no excuses for Tory Lanez. We're not saying that Tory Lanez by any means was right, and we're not deflecting any of the blame. So let's make sure we got that understood. We're not deflecting by no any way. This is not a defense of Tory Lanez. It's not a defense of Black men who commit violence against Black women. That's none of this. This is a platform to try to educate ourselves on why in the Black community are the relationships so toxic. Now, if you saw the first live stream, we went over the article that billboards had put out detailing the events. Then we went over Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram Live where she talked about what was going on. But I brought up points such as drug use and alcohol and emotional decision making, which are common factors in many of domestic violence situations. There's most of the time going to be alcohol, drug use, and emotional decision making. So we've been taught to rise above emotion into the thinking of God so that we can make logical decisions. So we're trying to be as far away from emotional as possible, because when you become emotional, then you can become irrational. When you become irrational, then you go to borderline insanity. And then you do see people do stupid stuff like what Tory Lanez did. Because shooting somebody is insane that's not trying to take your life. That's insanity. I mean, you can't communicate your problems without having to pick up a gun. You see what I'm saying? Or resort to any type of violence. So this is what we're saying here, family. So those who was tapped in first, come on back in. Come on, we corrected the technical difficulties. Come on back in so we can have this discussion. We have the call-in number. It's not on the screen. Let me see what's going on with that, because the call-in number should be on the screen. Boom. Get the call-in number on the screen, because now I want to hear some of your thoughts, because I think it's important. I mean, how many of us know people who have been in domestic violence situations? How many of us know of Black women that are being abused? I think it's important. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a 3-part series to this, because I want to get an all women's perspective, and we're going to have the brothers come on and get their perspective, because the whole goal is to work and communicate these issues so that we can work towards mending the broken relationship between the Black man and the Black woman. Because in our history, this is how we thrive. See, we thrived on dual rulership of the Black man and the Black woman. Obviously, the Black man was the point or the head, but I've heard this analogy before. The Black woman was the neck. So you can't move your head without the neck. It's the same thing with the Black family. You have the Black man who is the head and the Black woman who is the neck. So you can't have one without the other. Extremely important. So no way are we putting down Black women, or we trying to do any of those different things. What we trying to do is we trying to uplift, educate, and inspire. That's our whole purpose. And obviously, nobody wanted us to do that, because They tried to stop the feed. My internet never went out, and all of a sudden it decides it's gonna go out today in the process of this whole thing. So come on back in, tap in with your brother. We're talking about Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and the state of Black relationships. And I think this is a good conversation to have because everybody's giving their opinion on social media. So let's come on, let's talk about it. Let's discuss what's going on, because a lot of women don't feel like they're protected. A lot of Black women say that they're not valued. And for the most part, the brothers have a warped understanding of that, so Black women aren't valued. But yet and still, we are the backbone. We're supposed to be protecting our community, protecting our families, protecting our children. So you can't do that without understanding who the Black woman is and understanding that she is what? Your helpmeet. She's the helpmeet, meaning she's there to help you meet your goals in life. And you are supposed to help her meet her goals in life. It's a partnership. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, family. I'm not. But the problem is we've been under a rulership, a dictatorship, a teaching of warp-minded individuals who actually degrade their women, put their women in a submissive state where they're not valued, they're not used. It's important to understand that women didn't give the right to vote till a specific time frame in history. That wasn't us, because we didn't put them laws in place. Black men didn't do that. So this is coming. This type of mindset is born out of the mind of white supremacy, born out of the European mindset. See, born out of our oppressor's mind, who raised us up in his world for us to think like him. It's not racism, it's actual facts. So the call-in number and the call-in line is open. 470-250-0716. Again, the number is 470-250-0716. Call in, give me your thoughts, tap into the comment section, let me know where you at, where you checking in from. Because I feel like, again, this is a conversation that needs to be had. I wanted to use this platform as a place to be able to do it. Obviously, you know, when you come here, you're going to be getting some good information. We're going to be creating dialogues. We're going to be doing all those beautiful things here on the Campaign TV show. So call in. I want to go back through Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram Live as she details what went on that night and get her perspective. So let me go ahead and get that pulled up real quick, family. The call-in number is on the screen. Please feel free to call in and give your perspective on this subject. But here we go.
Not that I was protecting anybody. I just wasn't ready to speak. That's not no shit you just immediately get on the internet and start talking about. And that's a lot of y'all motherfucking problem. Y'all take y'all whole life to Instagram and Twitter and make it a fucking diary. And that's not me. So fuck y'all and them fake ass blogs and y'all fake ass sources and my fake ass friends. But on a positive note, just taking some time to myself it has definitely made me realize how to move forward. And you know, how to protect my energy. I'm so nice. Imagine being 25 and you don't have both your parents. My mama was my best friend. She, you know, I'm still really not over that. So you kind of try to fill like your space with a bunch of people that you think is making you happy. Shit. Like, it's a lot. Jesus. Hold on. I just feel like I was moving really fast. I was moving too fast. I wasn't taking enough time for myself. I thought I was ready to be around a bunch of motherfuckers. I thought I was ready to be, I thought I was ready to give good energy to other people, and other people wasn't ready to give good energy to me. But I definitely had to sit my ass down and pray on it. And I do feel a lot better. And thank God for the people I have around me that are actually here for me and are actually my friends. Don't want shit from me, would never turn on me for no amount of money, no amount of clout, that wouldn't make up stories about me to save face, that wouldn't go against the grain. Just thank God for them. And thank God for all the hotties and the supporters that I see have had my back through these times. And I ain't never seen so many grown-ass motherfucking men chime in on some shit that wasn't their motherfucking business in the first motherfucking place. Like, do y'all niggas just wake up, get on the internet and be like, oh, I'm gonna say this today because this is gonna give me some, like, this is gonna be funny. Like, what if your motherfucking sister got shot? Or what if your motherfucking girlfriend got shot? What if your motherfucking best friend got shot? Would you be cracking jokes then? Then you want the whole world to stop and feel sorry for you. I don't expect none of you motherfuckers to feel sorry for me, but it's just a respect thing. Like,
I agree with Megan 100%. This is not something to take lightly or joke about, because someone, as I mentioned earlier, could have lost their life. Megan could have lost her life. So her speaking on her traumatic experience is something that should be respected, because, again, like she said, this could have been your mother, this could have been your sister, this could have been your girl. So it's not nothing to take lightly. Somebody being shot at. Obviously, those cracking jokes ain't never been shot or shot at. And if you have, then how did you feel when that happened to you? You see what I'm saying? So it's not really nothing to be joking about. But one thing I heard that she mentions is the fact that she is going through a loss in her life with her mother. So she's trying to fill that gap. And really, when we vulnerable like that, we try to fill that gap with energy or people, as she said, that's not really fulfilling. They're not there to fulfill that need. So this is just some of the key things I heard her say. But let's continue, Meg.
Shut the fuck up when shit don't have nothing to do with you. Stop fucking talking when some shit don't need to be talked about. And you out of your mind ass bitches. Are y'all? It's not even are y'all fucking dumb. It's yes, we know you're fucking dumb. It's just how many times are you gonna show me you fucking dumb? A lot of y'all silly motherfuckers just don't be having no morals or don't be having no code to stand on. But, that's on y'all. And somebody gonna take care of your ass. Karma gonna take care of your ass. I ain't gotta do it. But anyway, I just want y'all to know a bitch is alive and well and strong as fuck. And, I'm ready to get back to regular programming with my own hot girl shit. But I've definitely learned that I don't have to be so nice to every motherfucking body. This ain't gonna stop me from being nice, and this ain't gonna stop me from being Megan the motherfucking Stallion, driving the boat, doing what the fuck I want to do, having this good ass energy. Ain't nobody gonna stop my energy from being good. But what I can't do is keep putting my energy in you, a bunch of you motherfuckers. So I love you, hotties,
and you know, we just want to send prayers up to Megan, because obviously we want our sister to get back to doing what she do best, which is making music, and again putting out good vibes. But what are your thoughts on this situation? What are your thoughts on Tory Lanez? Obviously, bro was extremely in the wrong, but it just shows the lack of respect that we have for our women. And it just shows and highlights the importance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the teachings that allow us to come into a better understanding of what's going on, a better understanding of our women, so we can now treat them how they're supposed to be treated, so that they can fulfill the role of consoler for the man. See? But when we don't have a proper understanding, family, see, we got to understand who she is. Well, who is the black woman? The black woman, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught me, is the second self of God. So the second self of God is divine the same way that God himself is divine. Can I get an amen? So if God himself is divine and his second self, which is the woman, is divine as well, and we don't treat her with the same respect that we would treat the God if he walked through the door. If we had cultivated our relationship with him properly, we don't treat her the same way. That means there's a misunderstanding in the relationship or the identity of the black woman. But you missed that part. We don't have a proper relationship with God himself. We don't treat him with the respect. So how are we going to treat the second self with respect? Now I'm talking to somebody out here on social media. I'm talking to somebody right now, because we as a people, see, while we spiritual, we have not cultivated our own relationship with the Supreme Being. We haven't cultivated our own relationship with God himself to even have respect for the divine second self, which is the black woman. And you see why you can't get ahead. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said the reason why black men catching so much hell, the reason why America catching so much hell, is the disrespect of women, the disrespect of black women. You understand me? She's the first divorced and the last married. Now, I know, brothers, I know you gonna come on and you gonna say, well, listen, brother. Listen, King Cam, you don't understand. The sisters, they need to be wife material. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. They had to be wife material. But before we go into that, we got to talk about you being husband material, because you come to the table with certain standards or criteria for her. But what are your standards and criteria? See, there's a misunderstanding between the roles on both parts. There's a misunderstanding, family, between the roles on both parts, man and woman. So now we are part of these toxic relationships. Brothers thinking it's okay to abuse black women. See? And then you end up with a Tory Lanez and a Megan Thee Stallion. And then our sisters now, rightfully so, feel like they devalued and unprotected. See? But we have to expose the hidden hand that has taught this type of behavior, because there is a hidden hand that taught this type of behavior. Sisters, you might not like to hear that, but it is a hidden hand that taught this. So now we got to re-educate. We got to show examples of, because we can teach all day long. We can preach all day long, but if there's no healthy examples of black men loving black women, appreciating the value, black family units, then what you're going to have is a perpetuation or a continuation of this behavior. That's what you're going to have. So when you have these feminist groups that's working against the traditional black family, which is a husband, a wife, and children, and you're trying to create all of these other branches of family that don't include the black man, then what you're doing is you're, in essence, creating more of this mindset that perpetuates violence against black women by the black man who is supposed to be the protector and the provider. So this is where we at with this thing. This is where we at with this thing right now, because as you can see in all of the relationships in our community, they suffer from some type of toxicity when the foundation is improper. Ooh! I said when the foundation isn't proper, then our relationships suffer from some type of toxicity. So as you see, there's a communication issue. You understand? One or two people in the relationship are not being fed at all facets in which they need to be fed, because everything is not physical. Physical is a part of it, but then there's a mental part, there's a spiritual part, there's an emotional part, there's a moral part that all has to be fed as human beings. It's not just about the physical attraction. That's the basis. That's the foundation. But then you got to be able to feed the black woman spiritually. You got to be able to feed her mind. You have to be able to feed her emotion, because she's not from you, brother. She's from God. So if she is the second self of God, from God, is God, then you have to feed that godly spirit in her. Come on. You have to feed the godly spirit in her, because she cannot continue to vibrate on a low level. It's not in her nature to vibrate on a low level, family. So brothers, we got to step it up. We have to step our game up. It's important. The call-in number, family, is 470-250-0716. Again, the call-in number is 470-250-0716. I want to hear your thoughts. We are discussing here on the Campaign TV show, Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, the state of black relationships. I'm going to be doing a part 2 and a part 3 in the coming weeks, where we're going to have a panel of black women who are going to discuss their perspective. We're going to have a panel of black men who are going to come on and discuss their perspectives. Next week, we're going to have the great student minister, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who's going to be discussing the weaponization of hip hop, the pot plot, the chemical assault against the black man in America and the black community. We're going to have our brother on, so you want to be tuned in next week. But we got so much value that we're trying to bring to the platform, family. So much value that we're trying to bring to the platform. Now, we was rolling earlier, but we had some technical difficulties where, for whatever reason, the internet completely went out and took us off of the live stream and everything like that. So we had to get that squared away, bounce back. But what are your thoughts, family? The call-in number is 470-250-0716. Let's call in. Let me know your thoughts. Again, because everybody putting a perspective out on social media. A lot of people got to post. And this is key. And I just thought about this. I saw the tweet that Ari and Moneybagg Yo was going back and forth, right? So I want to read to y'all what I said in response to the tweet. In response to the tweet. Because it pointed out something to me that I really think need to be touched on. Because a lot of people said because for her birthday, Moneybagg had got her a Lambo truck, and that she should be happy with the Lambo truck that Moneybagg got her. In the tweet, she was asking about going on a date, or alluding to going on a date. I'm going to tie this into Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez in a second, but I want to highlight this point. So everybody was siding with Moneybagg, saying that she was ungrateful. The fact that she had gotten a Lambo truck 2 weeks ago, she should be grateful for what she got, and she should not be wanting to go on a date with her boyfriend, Moneybagg Yo. And actually, this is what somebody wrote. I love Ari, but girl, this man just bought you a Lambo truck 2 weeks ago. If you want to go on a date so bad, how about you take him on one if it's that deep? Men like to be wine and dine too, and since your B-Day was 2 weeks ago and he went all out, he deserves it, all caps. This was my response to the tweet in totality. What Ari said, what Moneybagg said, and what I was able to extract from the dialogue. I said, this is a prime example that just because you buy expensive gifts doesn't mean she's happy. She's telling Moneybag, I don't really care about expensive gifts. I want you to spend time with me. Men have to understand that the maintenance of a woman is partly physical and financial, but she has spiritual, mental, and emotional needs as well. Her brain has to be stimulated through intelligent conversations. Lambo trucks is cool, but you don't need to be a rapper or a famous person to buy a Lambo. She's asking to be fed on another level, and Moneybag need to step up. So what some people were saying in the comment section to that was that she's ungrateful, and my response was that I always blame the man. Well, how does this tie into Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez? It ties into Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez because it shows there's a lack of understanding of the facets of nurturing that need to happen in a relationship as it deals with our women, not just black women, but women in general. So the brothers don't have an understanding. Moneybag Yo doesn't understand because you buy her a Lambo truck that she's supposed to be satisfied. Tory Lanez doesn't understand that because you have a misunderstanding that you result to violence and you almost take somebody's life. See, this is a result of the warped mindset. This is a result of the warped mindset that's happening amongst our people. See? Just because you buy a Lambo doesn't mean that she's going to be happy. And whatever Tory Lanez and Megan had going on obviously was not as good as they thought because they have a snag in their communication where Tory Lanez had to resort to violence for whatever was going on. But see, this is why the teachings say we don't do no drugs, we don't do no alcohol. Why? Because when you do those type of things, it impairs your judgment. Okay? It's one of the reasons why that is prohibited, because it impairs your judgment. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said we got to rise above emotion. But check this out. The minister said also that women are not created to be satisfied. Whoa, what does that mean? Meaning you cannot satisfy them at all. She's not happy or satisfied with having something, and she's not happy or satisfied with having nothing. Well, what does that mean, brother King Cam? That means that she, in her nature, is there to push you as the man or the lesser God of the supreme being, because you're not the supreme God, but you are a God, a being of force and power. She's there to continuously push you and not allow you to get comfortable in what you did yesterday. She's there to be thankful and appreciative for what you did yesterday, but to constantly and continuously push you forward so that you can elevate yourself ultimately into the oneness of the supreme being. That's what women do. So if you are not ready to be constantly pushed to do better, if you are not ready to constantly be asked to meet another level of expectation, you don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to have a wife. You don't need to be courting. You don't need to be stringing these women along in these relationships to have 50-50 relationships. See? And when I say 50-50 relationships, I'm talking about all of this, splitting the bills here. She got to bring this to the table. She got to bring that to the table. We say that because she doesn't, or you don't understand what your role is as a man in a relationship. Forget what she bringing to the table for a second. I'm not saying she don't have to bring nothing to the table. Intellectually, she has to bring something to the table. And in this day and age, 2020, financially, it's nice for her to bring something to the table. It helps out a lot because in this climate, you need two incomes to live comfortably or decently in these times. So we're not saying that, but forget her for a second right now. What is your role, black man? What is your role? And how does this tie into what we were discussing with Megan and Tory? How do you see her? If you know your role, then you can properly see the black woman. But if you don't know your role, then you can't properly see her. Huh? Come on. You got to talk to me tonight, because I think this is important. The call-in number, family, is 470-250-0716. Please call in. Give me your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section where you tuning in from, where you checking in. Please make sure that you like and share this broadcast out. Next week, we're going to have Student Minister Dr. Wesley Muhammad on the Campaign TV Show, The Podcast. He's going to be discussing a lot of different things that's going on, the weaponization of hip-hop, the pot plot, the chemical assault against the black man and the black community. Dr. Wesley Muhammad will be on the Campaign TV Show next week. We got another special guest lined up after that. Then we're going to be doing a part 2 and a part 3 to the state of black relationships. So we got a lot of value that we bring to the table, family. But tonight, I want you to give me your opinion on this Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. How you feel? Are black women valued or are they undervalued? What are your thoughts? And again, we got cut off on our first show because we would have been wrapping this up by now. But we got cut off on our first show, family, because of some technical difficulties. So I'm going to go ahead and land this plane because I don't want to keep you too long. So as I conclude, I want to say this. I feel like that we have to start now to, as black men, to really study the black woman as who she truly is. And if you really want to come out of the state of mediocrity, or as Dr. Wesley mentions in his book, The Assault on the Black Man, Black Manhood, and Black Masculinity, the alpha white males want to keep us in a continuous state of submissiveness, or the level of an epsilon male, which is the bottom rung of the hierarchy in nature. So you have alpha, you have beta, you have delta, you have some others in between, and then you have epsilon, which is at the end, the bottom, the least of the least. And you have the white alpha male, and then you have the black man, which is the epsilon male. So understanding this is why our respect and understanding of the divinity and value of the black woman is so important, because that will help you come out of this, brother. That will help you come out of your perpetual state of failure. This will help you come out of your perpetual state of non-productiveness. This will help you come out of the hell that you catching, which is the wrath of God himself, because of your disrespect of black women. This knowledge will help you. So what I'm doing is trying to free you. See, I'm trying to free you with this, brother. The value of the black woman is so important. And again, I appreciate all y'all for watching, tuning in, and I apologize for the technical difficulties that we suffered early on, but it still ended up being a beautiful show, full of value, full of information, full of commentary. Again, I want to give you the last chance to call in, give your thoughts, and this call-in option is going to be available each and every show. Each and every show, you're going to have the ability to call in to give your thoughts, give your opinion, give your commentary. So we appreciate you, family. We appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is your brother King Cam, the Campaign TV Show Podcast. If you'd like to support, you see it scrolling. You can go to patreon.com, Brother King Cam. Show your support. Help us to continue to put on great shows and add as much value as possible. Continue to allow us to upgrade and to do more and more things. So we appreciate you for watching, family. Thank you again. And I leave you in the greeting words of peace, as we say it in Arabic language, of Assalamu alaikum. Peace, family.